This morning we found ourselves in a pretty interesting situation. We're close to our causeway, which is just behind me there, where normally there is a large pod of hippos. 2 days ago, we found a pretty large hippo dead on the side of the waterhole here, which most likely must have been killed by the big dominant bull in this waterhole. And this morning, the two plainscamp males have come across to feed on this carcass. And as it stands now, the one male is busy eating the lips and the nose, which is quite soft on the hippo. The second one's giving off a gentle contact call. Sounds as though he's about 50 meters that way. So after a bit of time here, we'll then go and see if we can see him across that side. But it's just a pretty unusual situation to see a male lion right next to the edge of the water feeding on a hippo while there's some more hippo right around here. So you can hear some of the black crakes and the birds in the background. So quite an interesting scenario. But as one can imagine, there is a substantial amount of meat here. You can just hear the male calling gently. It's such an epic sound, that. I wonder if he's going to start calling a little bit louder. Over and above them just being here feeding on this carcass, where we are is very far east into where the plainscamp males roam. This is an area where we tend to see the Ndzhenga Males quite a bit. And I do know the Ntsevu Pride, with all of their youngsters, are in the Sand River about 1.5 to 2 kilometers downstream from us. I don't know where the Ndzhenga Males are this morning, but there is a good chance that if these guys carry on calling, the Ndzhenga Males might come across here, and we could have a little predicament on our hands with 4 male lions battling it out. And anyways, that might not happen at all, but just the prospects of that happening are quite exciting. Hippos will often fight for dominance over waterholes like this, and now because we're right in the middle of our winter, we don't get any winter rainfall, which means the waterholes are all reducing in size, and competition for said waterholes skyrockets, which therefore means that the dominant bulls in an area will try and drive out any rivals or any up-and-coming young males that are throwing their weight around. And that is likely what has happened here, as this is probably a young male or a rival male that has been killed off by the dominant bull. And as I mentioned, there's a lot of meat here. So should these lions choose to stick it out and try and feed on all of this, they'll be here for a while. However, this meat, because it's such a large animal, will probably start going rancid before they can finish all of it. So the second lion looks as though he's moving around, having picked up the scent of some other lions in this area. And I'm pretty sure with the stench of a hippo carcass, that would have drawn in any other lions or hyenas into the area. The most likely lions in this area would be the Ntsevu Pride or the Ndzhenga Males. And so you can see he's now moving around, sniffing every little bush, picking up the scent of these other lions. And then he snarls his lip up, and that's a phlegm and grimace, which exposes an organ in the top of his palate called the organ of Jacobson. And that is a vomeral nasal organ. Essentially, he's using that to determine the hormone content of the urine or the scent mark that's been sprayed onto these bushes. That'll then help him work out exactly which lion it was that left this scent behind here. And so soon after that, he then set off heading back towards where his brother was feeding on the carcass, and they then continued east from the hippo directly towards where the Ntsevu Pride were found this morning. And we can see the tracks of the Ntsevu Pride heading along the road. So this could get very interesting. If you're enjoying this video of the plainscamp males Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload any new videos, and leave a comment or like the video, and thanks for watching. So now these plains-game males are heading back towards the carcass. Just having two enormous male lions, like the plains-game males, which are probably the biggest male lions that we see on Londolozi, having them walk right past the vehicle is very intimidating. Especially when they look into your eyes as they walk past. One of them settled down for a little drink, having an awesome view of him drinking. You can see his tongue just lapping up some of the water. And what's interesting with lions and leopards, or most cats, when they drink, they actually lap the water up backwards with their tongue. So instead of what you would imagine like a dog, where it scoops the water up throughout the front of its tongue, leopards and lions scoop it up backwards. And then after that, now they're both headed back towards the carcass and are having a little feed. But the wind has changed and this carcass is starting to smell a little, and so we're not going to hang around for much longer. We're going to head back to camp. But thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see you all again next week. So bye for now.